Hello and thank you for joining me. This is Freewill Tarot. Hello, my name is Harmony, and this reading is going to be for the sign of Gemini. Hello, Gemini, and thank you for being here with me. I start out doing my readings by giving you a couple of messages that Spirit really wants you to hear, and then we'll go ahead and get into the tarot portion of your reading. So with that being said, Gemini, let's go ahead and get some of your messages off top. You have the Indecision card here, Gemini, okay? So a good number of you are at a crossroads in your life where it is a certain path or a decision that needs to be made here. For some of you, this has something to do with your career. Some of you, this has something to do with your relationships, okay? But whatever it is for you personally, you're at a crossroads here where a certain direction and a certain decision needs to be made in order for you to move forward here and know where it is that you're headed. This is not the time for you to just leave things up to chance, or you kind of keep staying in still or staying where you were, hoping that things would magically just change on its own. This is a time for you to kind of make a clear, decisive direction on where it is that you want your life to go here, right? You're at the crossroads here. So it is a decision finally once and for all that needs to be made, and you need to start going down that direction once you make that decision here for a good number of you Geminis. And I say that because you also have the acceptance card here. So I'm going to read this to you, Gemini. So with this indecision card, Spirit is saying that you need to accept things for where they are and for where you are in life right now in order for you to kind of know where it is where you need to go. So it says acceptance. Embracing what is brings you peace. Resisting reality only prolongs your discomfort. Breathe deeply and acknowledge your current situation without judgment. So wherever you find yourself right now with this crossroads, again, some of you, I do feel like a good number of you, this is going to be around your relationships, kind of what it was last week. So some of you are still in this energy. Where it is something that you need to face and see it for what it is, right? And they don't want you to kind of take it in and be like depressed or hard on yourself or the situation. It is for you to acknowledge simply what things are at this time and to know where it is and what direction you need to take to move forward here. If it is not relationship, again, a number of you at a crossroads when it comes to something personal in your life. Could be your career choice. It could be you need to move, relocate, something that's just not, working for you anymore. And it's time for you to look at it and change it. And this is why you have the acceptance card. So it's now to see things for what they are for you and to decide and make a clear decision on where it is that you need to go. With that, you have the support card. So Spirit is saying that while you go through these changes and make these choices and decisions, you have support around you in your physical life and in your eternal life. So Spirit is saying they're with you and they are watching you and supporting you as you make these kind of divine choices in your life path here. And you also have people that you can open up to that will be there to support you while you make these decisions or give you advice or just to help you along your journey here. So you do have support as you go through some of these things at this time, Gemini, for whoever these Geminis are for. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get into the tarot portion of your reading. A lot of you, the overall energy is stagnation here, okay? So again, with the stagnation card here, of course, I'm going to read it. But this is also saying that it is something upright. This is something that you're leaving behind that no longer serves you. But yours is in reverse, Gemini. So it means that you have not took action here to walk away from things that no longer fulfill you. You're kind of keeping yourself still here. That's why you're at this crossroads with the indecision. And that's why they're reminding you to accept things as they are. They're not going to change nor get better. You're seeing them for what they really are, so you'll know what it is that you need to walk away from and leave behind once and for all here. But this is why you have the stagnation card. So it says, growth is calling you, Gemini, but you may be resisting it or resisting change due to fear of attachment. So either you're used to a certain situation in your life. You can be used to a job. You can be used to a relationship, a habit, or addiction. But it's something that you're not walking away from, that you have everything in your spirit telling you that it's time to leave something behind, something that no longer fulfills you, something that requires way too much work and way too much pep talking to stay. it's something that you know personally that you've been dealing with for over a period of time that has now wore out. It's welcome in your life or in your spirit. And spirit is saying that you need to walk away from it here. All right. Some of you, this is your independence card here. This is in your recent past. So a lot of you are very equipped to take care of yourself here. You have financial means for a good number of you, or you are equipped to know how to gain money or support or whatever it is that you need, Gemini. You're very equipped to take care of yourself financially. But, you know, with some of you, this has caused some kind of conflict, whether it was about your independence. Maybe you're dealing with someone that kind of maybe don't trust you. Maybe you feel like you have to argue with this person or defend yourself here. If it's not that, it's with a job here, because we do have the pentacles. So this is feeling like you had to fight to be seen, feeling like you had to do certain things in order to obtain something in your life, right? And this is in your recent past here. At this time, Gemini says spirit. At this time, Gemini, spirit is calling on disclosure. So a lot of things are coming at you right now. Maybe through your spirit, maybe in your everyday life, maybe through a relationship or some kind of conversation. But you're getting full disclosure as things are what they are. That's why it says accept what they are. Don't talk yourself out of things at this time. Just because you want to stay in a certain relationship, or you want to stay in a certain pattern, or you want to stay at a certain job. This is not the time for you to try to talk yourself into staying what you have already outgrown. Okay, it says disclosure. Secrets, suppressed feelings, or hidden patterns are now rising to the surface. So again, that's why you have that acceptance card. Don't forget that. What they're saying to you, that what is being revealed to you is the truth. Secrets, suppressed emotions, things that you might have been hiding within yourself, things that other people could have been hiding, but they're coming to the surface. So take things as they are, take them as face value here, okay? Some of you could be dealing with a third party situation, so it's three people involved in a certain situation for some of you when it comes to a relationship where there is a third person involved. If it's not that, it is where you guys are dealing with another person or collaborating with another person where it has something to do with your life here. Okay, again, it could be a good number of use relationships, because here we go, we have the lovers. But in the lovers in tarot, you're also the lovers, Gemini. If you didn't know that, you are the lovers in tarot. But this also talks about, just like the indecision card, lovers also represents a choice. And sometimes it's a choice between two people for some of you. Some of you, it's a choice when it comes to your relationship. And some of you, is going to be a choice of where it is that you need to leave behind, whether it's a job or a relationship, and go down a new path, because the lovers do represent a choice that needs to be made here. All right? For a good number of you. Some of you have dealt with some arguments or disagreements here, because this is what's below the surface. I do have the Five of Swords here in reverse with the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups talks about loss, arguments, sadness, discord here, grief. You know, some of you could be feeling a little sad at this time, a little unfulfilled emotionally, maybe feeling like you lost someone or losing someone here, or losing a part of your identity here. And that, you know, you grieve that a little bit for some of you. Some of you, you do have the reconciliation card. Now, again, I want to keep in mind for you, reconciliation, you have this here twice. So you have the Five of Swords in this reading twice. So some of you are definitely kind of going back and forth with someone, and maybe going back and forth with yourself if it's not someone else. But it's some kind of disagreement or some kind of tug of war, back and forth, of feeling like, you know, you have to get the better of the situation, or you have to get the better of the person here, right? For others of you, this is reconciliation, where it is an opportunity for you to kind of not necessarily get back with the person, if that's the case for some of you, but it is for you to kind of quit fighting, right? To quit the argument, to see things as they are, again, with that acceptance card. And know that this is an energy that you need to move yourself away from. It says, seek compromise and avoid further disputes. So if you've been arguing with someone, a relationship, a partnership, a coworker, a family, a friend, whoever you've been kind of arguing with and going back and forth with, this is a time for you to kind of, you know, leave that kind of energy behind and kind of look at things for what they are. Again, don't forget that acceptance. and try to make a decision on what it is that's going to be best for you and for everyone in the situation by your actions, right? What is that you can do by, stopping this kind of energy, right? That could help bring in more peace and stop kind of this sorrow and kind of this grief here. All right, for a good number of you, this is going to be in your relationships here. There's some karmic justice trying to happen for you, Gemini, when it comes to something to do with your family, relationships, or partnerships. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra here. So I have a Libra, Gemini. Who else is here? Libra, Gemini. It's basically a good Libra energy and a good Gemini energy here for a good number of you. That's what I'm getting. Mainly, I do have Pisces here. And Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Gemini, and Libra. Okay, that's for a good number of you Geminis. It's karmic justice trying to happen for you at this time. Brother, the number of you, this is going to be in your relationship. If it's not a relationship, either way, you guys, you're still at a crossroads here. And it is something that you finally need to walk away from and have the strength to leave behind here. Because again, you have the Two of Wands here in your future position. This again is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is just like this indecision card. It's a crossroads here. It's time for you to make a stand, and it's time for you to kind of look at things for what they are and go down a different path for yourself. Spirit is calling on you to have strength to do that, to finally release something and walk away from something and release stagnant energy, release the need to feel like you need to stay where you were because it brings in some kind of comfort for you. Maybe it is a job and you stay there and you say, this job paid my bills. Maybe it's a relationship and you say, hey, I love this person, and even though we have these problems, I want to work them out. But if you know that these things doesn't fulfill you anymore, if you know that relationship causes you more havoc than it does joy or peace, if you know that job is only there to pay your bills, but it doesn't push you to evolve or have you kind of bring out more peace in your own everyday life, if it doesn't fulfill you in any kind of way, then it's time for you to kind of quit doing that to yourself. That's kind of like self-sabotage here, right? It's like you're just staying onto it just for comfort or what you know, but it doesn't bring you any kind of real fulfillment here. A lot of you are having a lot of sleepless nights, maybe not getting enough rest here. Spirit is calling on you to kind of rest and take a break or a time out to kind of really get a clear perspective on what it is that you want in your life and what it is that you need to leave behind at this time here, okay? Because you do have rewards and blessings coming in. But on this reading particular, Spirit is calling on a good number of you to surrender. Okay, it's a call for you to surrender and let karmic justice bring in and to release things that no longer serve you here, okay? It says you have the Four of Pentacles here, and I'm going to read this to you, and we're going to close out here, Gemini. It says, clinging to control, possessions, or routines may be rooted in insecurity. What are you afraid to release? Again, it's a call for you. That's why you have the Indecision card, and you've been kind of getting this for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's kind of been the same message here, Gemini. So Spirit is really calling on you now to kind of release some things, to see things for what they are, and to kind of have the strength to walk away from it, okay? They don't want you to keep holding on to past pain, traumas. They don't want you to hold on to things out of comfort zones. They don't want you to stay in relationships that no longer fulfill you. They don't want you to stay at jobs that keep you small. They want you to kind of recognize who you are and have the strength to finally walk away from things that no longer serve you. And they're reminding you here with the support card, as you do this, as you release these things, as you make new decisions and try to go down new paths, as you release things that no longer serve you in your life, you do have, I'm sorry about the lighting also, you do have the support around you and the support that you need, Gemini, internal in your life. So Spirit is helping with you, and you have people that love you that are in your everyday life that are also there to support you as you make these decisions and move forward here with your life, and as you let go and release things, okay? That is what I have for you, Gemini. I really hope this helped. I really hope you like this and click on the notification button. And leave me a comment and let me know how this resonated with you, okay? Until you're back here, bye for now.